Hey everybody, welcome back to the Racefy Smokehouse and Grill. Today we are doing an unboxing and review of this Vevor 10-inch meat slicer commercial grade. Let's go! Now I've been looking into getting a meat slicer for some time, doing bacon, doing some roast beef, just doing lunch meats, anything you want you could do on here. Slices of cheese for pizzas, so many things you could do with these things. But they're typically a little bit more pricey than I'd like. Vevor reached out to me, asked if I would like to do a product review video on this, and I said absolutely. So this is the 10-inch meat slicer commercial grade, but we're gonna open this up, check it out, and see what we think of it and see how good it works. Let's get this box open and check it out. Right away, we're getting into the packaging, and I'm just going to pull some of these things out, see where we're at, what we need to put together, go from there. This is it. It's really only a few pieces. Looks like a couple handles for adjusters. We've got the slider. So we got to put this together. Let's see how easy this is to put together. But this seems pretty robust and solid. It is I believe it's a carbon steel material. I'm going to look into that once I get into my cheat sheet, once I get this all put together. Let's see here. This actually looks to be the blade sharpener. So as you're running it, it's going to run through here and sharpen the blade. That's pretty cool. And it's also a safety mechanism on here as well, I believe. The first thing I'm going to knock is, this is going to be probably pretty self-explanatory, but in the instructions, there's actually no assembly instructions. Tells you how to unpack, how to repack it, how to operate it, but nothing to how to put it together, how to clean it, how to adjust it. So I guess we're going to have to wing this and figure it out by trial and error here. Just looking at the picture, how this goes, and it looks like that goes right on there. Nice and tight, and that's what's going to allow us to slice our meats, cheeses, breads, etc. This little handle goes on here. Again, I think this is going to be pretty self-explanatory, but you should still have some sort of instructions telling you how to put it all together, my opinion. Like there's a couple set screws in here. So we're just gonna screw that on. Okay, yep, that slid into place. You have to remove, you gotta be careful around that blade, but you have to remove this knob, then this will slide into place. When it comes to sharpening later, we'll have to figure that out. If I put that into place, this slides in, then you seal it back up, tighten it back up. And this is a shield as well. That goes on here. And I have a picture here trying to figure out how this goes, because again, they don't have the instructions for it. Did come with the Allen wrench to put that in. That's nice. So this is all put together, at least from what I can tell. Now I got my cheat sheet here. Let's go over some of the basics and stats on this thing. This is the model number 250B, which is the commercial meat slicer 10-inch electric deli food slicer, 180 watts. It's got a 65 MN blade with a 0 to 0.4 inch adjustable thickness. The package weight came in at about 32 pounds. So again, it's fairly substantial. It's not the heaviest thing, but it's nice and heavy duty feeling. I'm gonna go over this slicer's features and details. I'm also gonna leave a link in the description below that you'll be able to read it all and check out all the pictures yourself. But that's also gonna be a discount code if you do decide to purchase this slicer. This slicer is equipped with a 10-inch blade. It is a wider blade because they also do have an 8-inch and a 12-inch. This 10-inch blade says it can effortlessly handle various food textures such as frozen meat, cheese, and bread, and we can keep it sharp with the built-in sharpener. Gonna have to figure out how to use that by reading more of the instructions. It says it's quick slicing, powered by a 180 watt motor running at 373 RPMs, coupled with a very sharp blade, which is going to help us slice things efficiently and accurately. It has adjustable thickness here, so you can adjust the knob here and it'll get you from 0 to 0.4 inches in thickness. So you can go ahead and customize your slicing for whatever size you need. Super thin to pretty thick. You could buy a whole chub of bologna, get some thick cut bologna, smoke it, fry it up. It's gonna be good here. You could thin cut steaks on here, make some Philly cheesesteaks. I think that's in our future with this guy here. The slicer is both robust and reliable. It's easy to clean with a cloth after use, maintaining thoroughly clean and ready for your next meal prep. So this should be fairly easy to clean, and I'm gonna have to do that as soon as I get done with this because I am gonna slice some stuff up and try it out. But you can see that there's all sorts of machining oils and stuff on here. So I wanna get that clean before I put any food on here. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up real quick, get a hunk of meat out here, slice it up, and see what I actually think about how this works. So we have our meat slicer set up. I have some turkey breast that I cooked from a previous cook. If you haven't seen this one yet, it's from my rotisserie turkey on the Vevor kettle. Give it a check out. But I did have to cut this turkey breast in half because the plate that the meat sits on here isn't wide enough to do the whole breast, but we're gonna stick that in, and this has nice teeth in here to keep that meat in place while you're slicing it. Then you got your knob here where you adjust it. One thing I noticed on here that it does not have a marker where you're setting it at. You just go all the way to the edge and that's your baseline. You're forward a little bit and then you could rotate it to how thick you want. How thick that is right now, I'm not quite sure. We're gonna try it out. So right now I have it, again, I don't know what the actual setting is because there's no mark. I might have to draw a line on here, but right up at about 12 o'clock, it's at a 5 on here. So we're just gonna call that 5 and go see how it works. Got that nicely sliced turkey breast. Gonna go ahead and finish this off and do the other half of the breast. It's kicking everywhere. Well, that, as I was going, some of that meat got behind here and started kicking everywhere. So I think you might have to take your time and do little portions at a time. Otherwise, you're gonna get meat flying everywhere. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then we're gonna talk about this. Got her cleaned up. We're gonna go over some of the pros and cons that I see with this machine. Let's start with the pros. Now, it's currently on sale on their website for $249.99. It does say that there's a limited time deal for $202.90. So for 200 bucks, you could get a pretty solid meat slicer. Great price, especially if you've been out shopping for meat slicers. They could get up to the thousands of dollars. So this one is extremely budget friendly. It's made from carbon steel, so it is nice and heavy duty. The housing, everything on there is nice. It's light but solid, feels great. Blade sharp, cut this turkey perfectly, nice and thin. We're able to maneuver the knob to get a couple different thicknesses. So it does everything it's supposed to do. Nice and quick cutting. It's a pretty quiet machine overall, and it does a good job cutting the meat. So for a budget friendly meat slicer, great option. Let's get into some of the cons now that I found. First con is that it really doesn't explain how to put it together, which again, it was pretty basic. However, I still want that guide. Second con, we didn't have a guide on here, so you know exactly where you're at. It goes up to 13. I don't know why it's to 13, but I really don't know what this is, so I'll have to put a mark on here or something myself. Third, I'm gonna bunch these two things together. This was a little kind of sticky using. So when you're sliding this back and forth, especially if you're trying to use this with the meat in there, it kind of felt like it was jamming up. If you use this handle, it worked a little bit better, but then you have to use two hands for this, and I don't like getting my arm that close to it unless you're standing in front of it and doing it. This I wish was a little more smooth when slicing. Also, and I don't know what the technology is on meat slicers, but you saw as I was slicing this, it built up really quick in the back here and then started shooting meat out of the side. I've used other meat slicers that didn't do that. It fell properly and piled up, and you grabbed a pile and then you moved on. This kind of bound up pretty quick in there, but once you knew that, you kind of worked with it. So maybe that's just a learning curve of a meat slicer. Last con, I don't want to blame this machine for that. I think it's all meat slicers, but it's kind of a pain to clean. really no good way to get to all the nooks and everything safely. But I think, again, that's the nature of working with a meat slicer. Like the back of this kind of got gunked up, so it took a while for me to get that clean. But again, I think that's just the nature of dealing with a meat slicer. Overall, I think this is a very good meat slicer. Is it the best? No, but it is $200. So for a good budget-friendly meat slicer, I think this is really good. Can they stand to improve a couple things? Maybe raise that price up to $275 or $300 and get some better glides on here. Make the handle on here less sticky as well. Like this doesn't slide well either. It kind of binds up. I don't like that when I'm using the meat slicer. That being said, again, for the value, being budget friendly, the sharpness, did it do a good job? Yes, it did. Did it have some things that they could improve on? Absolutely. Maybe in future models they will. And maybe the bigger 12-inch model is a little bit better in those departments as well. Let me know your thoughts if you've experienced these before, what you think about them. If I did anything wrong while slicing it, did I have my hands wrong? Is that why it was a little sticky for me? Let me know what you think. If you like what we did here, please hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're interested in buying one, there is a link for a discount code in the description below. Take care. Thanks again for watching. Peace.